Okay, we've made some progress on our architectural model. You can see I've got all four levels and walls are in place and things like that. What we're going to do now is we need to prepare the structural model for this file to be referenced into. Because in our structural model, we need to make sure that we have grids that align and floor plate levels that align as well. But we need to have some work sets set up that are going to help us out. So now I'm over in my in another version of Revit, in another instance of Revit, and I've got the structural building model open. I'm going to open my Worksets dialog, and you see I have a few extra worksets here, and I'll go through each one of these one by one. ZZ Arch Model. I like using ZZ for a couple things just because it groups things together in a place that's always going to be at the end of any list. And I'm using this as a catch-all for linked Revit models. Think of this work set as the same thing as a layer that you're putting an XREF on, so that when you freeze the layer, the reference is no longer visible. Well, this particular work set, if I turn this work set off, then the architectural model is not visible. It's a faster way to globally, in the entire project, turn on or off a particular model or feature. That's actually easier it's easier to get to, and it's less system intensive than loading and unloading a reference file. We've got S levels and grids, which is the levels and grids that the structural model are going to use, which is different than the A levels and grids, which are the levels and grids for the architectural model. Now I'm going to come over here in the architectural model, and I'm going to open my work sets, and you can see I have a work set here called A levels and grids. And these names, between the names of these levels, of these work sets, between the two models, they match perfectly. I mean, character for character, case sensitive. There's an important reason to do that, and I'll show it before I explain it, but we need to have the work sets in place. I also have a level or a work set for floor slabs. Right now I'm not on S default. I'm going to make the Arch model my current work set. I'm going to make this my current work set because I'm going to reference in my architectural model, and I want the model to reside on this work set, as it were. Architectural floor slabs, I have this on a different work set because there are times I want to see the architectural floor slabs, and there are times I don't. Most of the time I don't. But there is a reason why I have this here. So I've created a couple of these extra levels, structural levels and grids, structural default. If the project is big enough where we need to have multiple work sets for the actual model elements in your project, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and we'll find a logical way to do it. But in many cases, just having a single work set will be perfectly fine. So click OK. I'm done with that. And those are creating the work sets that we need. We have to remember, let me pull the two back up again, that in the architectural, I have an architectural default, an architectural floor slabs, and notice the underscore right there, and then I have A levels and grids. And I'm duplicating work set names between these two models, and there is an important reason to do that. And here in just in the next video, I'll show you what that's all about.